So one funny thing happened on AutoCAD. I was recording the first time. I was thinking maybe I'd done something nice, like gone on like 1 hour, 2 hours plus. But after I discovered that my recorder was set extremely low, that you would have literally gotten nothing from the audio. So I've already done all the workings, like the plotting and sorry, the creation of my drawing from beginning to the plotting, where I have to set the plotting menu page. So instead of now restarting due to the inconvenience that happened, I'll just explain throughout. I think that should be even better and add a shorter video. So the first thing you have to do when you open AutoCAD and you have a new page like this, you have to set unit. So you click unit, that is number one, be ticking. You have 0.00. Usually it comes in 0.000 plus, but you have to set this to a lower value or maybe two decimal places. So I have this 0.00.0 on both sides, both length and angle, decimal, then millimeter. This usually comes in centimeters and other units, but set it to millimeter. International is kept so that you can indicate both inches or feet and meters or centimeter or millimeter. Click this as OK. The next thing is limit on still number one, chapter 1. You click limit. You have to set the origin point of your graph paper, which is 0 tab 0 comma 0 for x and y axis. It displays the second bar. I usually set this to 10,000 for my x axis, comma 10,000 for my y axis. The next thing you do after you have done both of these, you have to set layers. Layer is on this top menu of your screen or of your template. You click this. I've created some layers that are the basic ones for my drawing, which are door, windows, and wall. By clicking on this orange ball arrangement of books, these books, you create a new layer. You can delete this layer by clicking this, or you can click this, click enter, and it creates a new layer. You can still delete it. So that is the basic one for it. For my wall, I like to keep it line weight at this line type. Line type shows if it's continuous, thin line, or thick line. So I love to keep my wall thickness line at 0.30 so that I can see how thick it is when I'm done drawing, because sometimes you'll be seeing it thick in the drawing, but when you are printing it becomes like the window line weight, and you don't want that. You want it thicker than any other line on your drawing. So that is on that one. So you can create other layers as you go on drawing in AutoCAD. So you have to exit this, and sometimes they might be drawing and you don't want to use layer. People use block. You have to use this block by layer by block. Block will just give you a default color you want to use or default quick color, but it doesn't have to the layer, and it's not unprofessional, because as you work on complex drawings you want to keep it professional, something you can easily just change. Like if I select this wall and you have lines or other spaces created from this particular line, when I click on my layer properties and I click this other walls to be wall on wall, I discovered that those particular ones now display the same color as that wall. So for emphasis, let's make something. So we have this, we can just make something like this. We'll click on it, we go to layer, we can just click wall like this. Click wall and click OK. So when we exit now, this is it. We click layers. Click. Am I doing the correct thing? And I think we're drawing in layer. That is why. So we can click this. Can click. Make sure we can go here. Wall. It changed to wall. Click this one. So we want this both of them to be wall. These are my walls. So other ones we can click. If I want to change this arc now, can just come here. You see what is happening, right? Exit. Click this by layer or by this thing. By layer I made it at this color. Exit it. Exit. I don't like the way it's going back. Can just change it as door. When I've done that, I can come back here, exit, change this to wall, and change this to wall again. That should be easy. So I know I have this right now. So I don't want to show this on my drawing because I didn't show you the first one. So rotate this back. Just so this is delete this one. Delete that one. So we have this. The next thing I did for him on chapter 2 was to do dimension and create this box, and I usually use rectangles to create my box. Like I can just do this, not that I can do this, then where this specify other points is showing, I'll type like, let's see, 3 4 5,000. I used 5,000 comma 4,000, enter, and I had this. Delete this one, not this one. Then I want to keep this at 5 by 4 meter, that is 5,000 by 4,000 millimeter. So I'll offset this one. So I'll type offset. If I type offset, I click to, it's already showing 225. If I click this, it's showing either here or here, but that is too large, so I know something's wrong with my offset. So I can just click spacebar, it takes me here. I'll change this to 225. So it's either now it's showing correctly in or out, 225. So that is on chapter 2. You can create other lines from here by using shortcuts. I'll first explode this. I'll type explode. So now it's operating as a singular entity, each of them with the length and the breadth. So I'll click this, type offset again. I cannot use spacebar because it won't take me to my last option. Spacebar is for taking to last option. So I can now type 4,000 for my other space, then exit, type chamfer. Chamfer is used for joining. If I select this and this, it joins. Then spacebar again, select this and this, it joins. Yes. If I am using chamfer and I click on a new option, exiting, and click on move, if I move this, sorry, I click this, I click move, and I try to move. If I click spacebar, it won't take me back to chamfer because chamfer wasn't my last tool I used. It was move, so it will take me to move instead. It will take me to move instead. So that is it. So I have to delete this because I don't want anything showing on my plotting page. So I'll delete this one. So that is all for that. Then on chapter 3, I learned how to do arches. On the arches, I can do this. Click on this, click on type arch rather. If I type arch, it takes me to this. I can now put this. I can load this by clicking this arrow downward. If I select any one, see what I have right now. And if I click here, if I click this to 1, it disappears because it's too large. If I click this to 100, I have this value. So this determines how thick or small or large your drawing is. So if I leave this at 10, I have this. I can choose this particular brick to show it. If I click on 100, it shows me this. And if I click on 10, it shows me this. So it's smaller than this. So I want it to be at 100. So I can change this back to dot like this and just drop it down. to no, drop it down to 10. Yes, and drop it down to 10. So we have that for arches. So the next thing we'll do is on chapter 3 is to learn DIM style. On still chapter 3, DIM style for dimensioning. Dimensioning was used on this one. So we have to set dimensioning. And I think I have to explain that from beginning to end. But before we do that, because that one is a long one, let's go to plotting. On plotting, I select this. When I select, let me create a new layer. I select this, go to that layer, we have this. I will right click, then put page setup manager. I can create a new layer and name it Emmy. And name it Emmy. Let me use 0 because I've already or change the title to Emmy. Let me use Emmy like this because I've already named it before. Emmy. We have Emmy. I'll change this to AutoCAD web and mobile so that I can see this on both my phone and also my system or any link that is sent to me. So I'll change this. I love to use full bleed, ISO full bleed. So I'll use A3 420 It becomes like this. Then custom to 1:1. Then there are other menus here. Window is when you want to screenshot maybe a particular part of your screen. It takes you back to that window. But I don't want to do that, but let's just see what it should do. So I can just do this and I screenshot this and it takes me here. But I don't want that. I want layer. So I'll change this from none to ACAD. Monochrome is in black and white, but I want ACAD. So I can just put OK. There are other drawing orientation options here. Portrait to push it or invert it to the right side by 90-degree. Landscape and this one by 180 degree turn. But I just want landscape. Click OK. So when I'm done, I set current and click OK. But I don't want to use this Emmy. I want to use my previous one. I set current. I close OK. It shows me something like this. I have to come down here, select this and delete. Because when you don't delete, you won't have this blank page and that is wrong. Viewport to get this, you have vertical, horizontal, other option. But I just want a single drawing on one page, each of them on one page. So I have this cross. I to pick my borderline, then I click anywhere I'm okay with. Then I double click inside my drawing, move. Now I have this. I have to set my scale to 1:20. This is what I'll have. I can hold this and drag. By holding my scroll wheel on my mouse, I drop. I want to centralize. Then I have to lock. If I don't lock this, I cannot move like this. If I don't lock it, if I move, it will disappear. The scale will disappear and I don't want that. So I'll set my scale back, then lock it. Now we have this. So when you are done, we can right click this, can double click, then name it. I can name this ME3. ME3. Let me keep this uniform. ME2. ME2. Enter. Then you click this. You click not that. You click this. You click select layout. I think select layer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 option. Then if you select layer, it should show publish layer. But if you don't select layer, you won't see this option. I think let me use an example. if I have this, if you don't select, you can't see that. So we can click this and delete it. Delete that one. I don't want that one. So select all layers and we now publish selected layer. We can select 1, 2 to 3, then publish it. If I publish it, it will take me to this, then I can select. I've already saved it before, that is why it's showing this. So I want to replace it now, and I have this. So it will be loading here that